I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I live in the real world. I mean, come on, everybody has to work, right? My job is CS, customer service, solutions, relationships, and generating motivation to keep my team pumped up and connected to every single guest who stops in to pick up a few things or to grab a gigantic cart, and we're going to fill that baby up. This is C.T.C.S, episode number 6. It's never the same day twice.
Well, it's another exciting day in CS. Here we are. First thing that happens today when I come in is register number 6 goes, dude, can you come over here? I want you to look at this. So I go over and, it's a $100 bill, and I hold it up to the light. I use the pen, everything like that. The pen, I'm telling you, that pen I don't trust that pen at all. And so, but when I held it up to the light, I didn't see that little surprise that's on the inside there. And then so you go and you get a second opinion, and that second opinion went to a third opinion, and then you look at the guest and you say, I'm sorry, we can't accept this. It was a fake. It was absolutely fake. And I think the thing that really shocked me the most was that they didn't react. They weren't nervous. There was just, they had no emotion whatsoever. And the only thing that they said was, well, I just came from the bank. Well, take that thing back to the bank, because we ain't taking it here. Senior Day is the cutest day here at the store, and the reason why is because, they're cute. They're just cute. The seniors are very cute, and I love it when they've been married for 35, 40 years, and it's like, wow, look at that. What's your secret? And I always love it when the guys will look at the wife, and they'll flat out say it. You got to listen to what she's saying, because she's always right. It's like, what do you just laugh about it. A lot of people constantly bringing back things without a receipt, and it's like okay, you want to serve the guests all the way to the top of their game, and you want to be on the top of your game as well. You want people to feel comfortable as all can be, but it's like, well, I just bought these fruit, and look at how bad they are, and it's like that fruit looks like it's like 20 years old. It's dinner time, and for me, it's all about protein and it's about carbohydrates. And so the best place that I can get that is I go to the, minute and a half rice, 90-second rice, and grab a big old thing of that, and then I grab tuna fish. Tonight it's tuna fish with lemon and ginger, and then you get the soy sauce and all that kind of stuff, and you mix it up. It's a warm meal, but more importantly, it's carbohydrates and it's tuna. And I think to the average person, they walk in here into the kitchen, and darn good well this stuff doesn't smell good. And what do you? But I gotta have my protein. I swear I'm a nice guy. Dinner time is a very important time for me, and the reason why is because this gives me an opportunity to shut myself off from the grocery store world up in CS. Because I have another part of my life, and that is I still have to book interviews for my podcast, and I've got to be able to, if somebody's going to hire me to do voiceover work and stuff like that, I've got, 30 minutes to make that connection and to let people know that, that I'm still available to do what it is that I do. And it's very tough because you can't pick up your phone and just start making conversations with those that want to hire you outside of what you really do and what your real life is all about. Or if I've got to have a movie promotion or something like that, you've got to make that constant contact. So when I come back to this break room, I mean it's business, man. I put on my business hat as a podcaster, promoter, and all that kind of stuff, and you got to get your junk done, and you've got to make that connection, and you got to act quickly. And I mean, earlier this week, I lost an interview because I didn't act quick enough. And that, that's the other side of my personality. Then, it gets injured. It says, if you weren't doing what you said you were doing, then you could have done what you said you were going to do. Blah, 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 blah. Thirsty Thursdays at the store. I'm going to walk right by the band, man. I mean, it's live music and everything like that. People at the bar drinking wine and beer, laughing, having a good time. How many grocery stores have live music? Man, it puts in a whole different atmosphere in here. Rule number 1, if you're going to come to CS and you want a money order for $4,300, it's not going to happen in the blink of an eye. We're going to sit down and we're going to fill out some paperwork, some federal paperwork. And I'm going to ask to see your ID, and I'm going to ask to know what your social security number is. And it's just one of those things that we do, and because it's the law. we take tests every 6 months in C.T.C.S. that deal with the very thing, with the money order, as well as wire services with money. We got to play by the rules, man. I mean, they're not governed by us. They're governed by the government. And if you don't play by the rules, then it could be your job. You could be the one going to jail. I think one of the main reasons why I love being part of C.S. is that where else are you going to go and talk with a cybersecurity officer? Where else are you going to go to be with a firefighter or a mother with 3 kids? And I mean, it's amazing when you ask questions and you show interest to your guests what it's really like to get to know your community, and you really get to know the people that you're with, and you love them like a community. You protect them, and when you see them, that makes your heart smile. And I mean, I'm just not used to that, because I come from the world of radio where it was just a bunch of radio people. An associate today says, he says, why does everybody come into my line? Why does everybody come into my line? And I said, well, do you ever stop and think that maybe they're coming to your line because you're promoting positive energy? That maybe you are very quick at what you do and very thorough at what you do? Instead of looking at it as being a negative, maybe you're being a very extreme positive to them, and look at it that way. Wow, that was an amazing load of groceries. $475 worth of groceries. I guess I'm cheap. I come and I spend $5 at the grocery store, and I'm like freaking out. But I mean, and nobody blinks an eye when it's $475. And I mean, it took 3 carts to get it out of the building. But oh man, I wouldn't know what to do if I were spending that kind of lump money. And the ticks on the clock said it's 11 o'clock. And you know what that means? It's outside. Out here to collect these carts. Man, you can tell fall's on the way. Holy cow. There's a little bit of a breeze in the air. Here in the South, anything to get us away from the heat is the best way to go. So we come down here during the fall, and things are like, it's like ice cream in the middle of the summer, or a big old tall glass of sweet tea. Why do carts always have to argue with me? I go out here to grab these things, and it's like rustling up cattle. Kind of, in fact, it reminds me of the one time that we did go get some cattle in Rochester, Wyoming, at my uncle's ranch, and the calves and stuff like that. And you would sit there, and I swear to God, they were like crying real tears. And there's nothing more sad than cow tears, really. All right, complaints today in the CS department. Why are we running out of different products? Well, it's distribution, man. This is COVID time, and I apologize. We're going to do our best to make sure that you have the next time you come. And, outside of that, no real complaints, man. And that's what it's all about. And even if there were complaints, you know what? We're always going to serve you the greatest and best way ever. Because that's just what we do.